The jury's in. You'll want to meet this morning's guest. She's your clerk of court. Coming up next on Carolina People. Good morning. Welcome to Carolina People. This morning we're at Sparks Toyota on Highway 501 in Myrtle Beach. We're focused on the office of the Clerk of Court, and we're visiting with the Honorable Melanie Huggins, the Clerk, Horry County Clerk of Court.
Thank
Great
you.
to be with you.
Great to be here.
Do we call you the Honorable, or is
Just
Melanie
call
okay?
me Melanie.
Is Melanie okay?
That's
yeah.
what I like, Melanie.
You've been hearing that for a lot of years. Yeah.
Yes.
Are you originally from the area, Melanie?
I'm born and raised in Horry County.
Is that right?
Yep, in the Green Sea area.
Okay, good. Have you ever left, or?
Nope. I went to Columbia for about 2.5 years, and then I came back.
Right. Something was pulling you back.
Yeah. My family.
Oh, yeah.
I'm
yeah.
very family oriented, and I wanted to be close to my parents.
Do you have brothers and sisters, or?
Yes, I have 2 sisters and nieces and nephews.
Right, sure.
Yeah. So, yeah, I love family.
Are your folks still living, Melanie?
My father is, but my mother is not. She suddenly passed away in 2002.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
5 years ago.
Yeah, in November will be 5 years ago.
And your dad lives in the Green Sea,
Yeah.
Floyd area?
Yeah, Mutt McDaniels, he's been there his whole entire life.
You said Mutt McDaniels. I heard he's a card. I mean,
Yeah.
a hoot.
Yeah, he is, and he loves to hunt and fish, and he farms. He loves farming. He's just a great guy all around.
Mm-hmm. Was farming something in the family early on? He had 3 daughters?
Yeah, but I was the one that got the experience
All
of
the heavy
working
lifting,
on the
yeah.
farm. Yeah, I got some of that experience. My other 2 sisters were a little bit more fortunate.
Aha.
Yeah, but I did. But it was good. Taught you to work hard.
Oh, yeah, I'm
You
sure.
know, they taught you some great values.
Mm-hmm. How long have you been associated with the Clerk of Court's office?
Well, I came to work with the clerk's office in 1986, and I worked there for 8.5 years, and then I transferred over to the finance department with the county in the
Right.
payroll division, and worked there for a little over 2 years, and then I went back to the clerk's office after that, and I stayed there until I became clerk of court. I was Jeannie Roberts' deputy clerk of court for the 8 years she was in.
Is that right? Yes.
And then when she decided to retire, I decided I would like to have her job. So she helped me, and the entire office helped me. And we got out and we worked hard, and the people evidently thought I could do the job, and they gave it to me. And I'm so thankful to the people of Horry County for letting me have that chance.
It's a big deal, Melanie. You know, our treasurer was with us on Tuesday here at Sparks Toyota, talking. I think he said he'd been in the finance department for a while as well.
Well, matter of fact, when I was in the finance department, he was my supervisor.
Is that right?
Yes, he
wow.
was. Yep, so we've been friends a long time.
And y'all were both elected, he as treasurer and you as clerk of court, at the same time.
That's correct.
About 1.5 years, almost 2 years ago.
That's correct. The only difference was the treasurer's term starts in July of the year, and mine starts in January, calendar year.
A calendar year,
Yes.
yes. Well, that is exciting. Is this a 2 or this is a 4-year term?
4-year term, yes,
Right,
it is.
right, good.
This term will end 2008. 2008.
And you would see to assumably if you're reelected or if you decide to run again, you would take office again in January.
That's
or it would just
correct.
stay continuous January of 2009.
Right, and I hope the people of Horry County will put me back there.
Are you
'cause
thinking
I
about it
love
again?
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm definitely going to do it again
Wow.
because I love it. I'm in a position where I can help people, and it's not every day you can just go out and help people, and I can in that position, and I'm thankful to be there and hope I can continue to be there as long as I'd like to be.
In a county as large as this, Melanie, that requires a lot of effort to be able, not only to campaign and to make sure folks know that you're
Right.
running for that office, but to serve a
It
county
is.
1,216 or 96 square miles.
It is. It's a very big county, especially when you do a lot of door-to-door walking, and I did a lot of that as well. But I enjoyed every bit of it.
Mm-hmm.
You might have got tired, but it was fun. There's some great people in this county, and you get to meet a lot of great people.
Oh yeah, absolutely. When you're running for a countywide elected office, so oftentimes, obviously, the state legislators or even the state senators are running for a small portion of a very large county. But
Right.
when you and the sheriff and the auditor and the treasurer and others, the probate judge are running for a countywide That's a big deal.
It is. It very much is.
That really is. What do you think spurred your interest in joining the Clerk of Court's office for the first time back in '86?
Well, you got to go to court. You got to work in court. That was the first thing I did, was going to work and work in court. And I enjoyed that so much. I mean, there's some sad things in court. Most things are sad, especially in family court, except for adoptions. That's one of the best things comes out of family court. But it's just an interest I've always had, and I love it.
You know, for viewers who may not be totally familiar with what all happens, and even I really are not familiar with everything that happens in the Clerk of Court, one of the great things is visiting the website, visiting horrycounty.org, and clicking on the Clerk of Court and seeing a lot of the frequently asked questions, as well as just the basic information about the clerk's office. But if a viewer didn't have access to the internet, is there a good phone number if they need to get off to work now or out to get family off to school? What's the best phone number for someone to call to learn about the clerk's office? That would be
915-5080 or 5081.
Okay.
Through either line you can get
915-5080 or 5081.
Yes, and then the office that I have at the South Strand, the satellite office there, that is 915-5082.
That's great. Oh, so, easy to get to.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
So if you can't get one of those in Conway, you can always call the Surfside office.
What are the principal duties of the Clerk of Court's office? What are the principal responsibilities for you and the folks with you in the office?
Well, we're the official record keeper for all Horry County records.
Oh, boy.
So that would be in civil records, criminal records, and family court records. All the cases, as far as civil cases, they're filed in our office. We put them on the roster. They're scheduled for court. The whole system goes straight through us. We begin it and we end it.
Is that right?
Right. Now with general sessions, the warrants will begin in the magistrate's offices or the city judge's office, and they're sent to us. We forward it on to the solicitor's office, and that's what starts the case in the high court cases, and then we're the one who ends them back up. So we keep all those records as well. Just like with family court, divorces are filed with us. They begin with us, end with us. Plus, we collect. And
is that right? They all start with y'all?
All start with us.
Divorces are filed with y'all. So you've got attorneys coming to your office all the time?
All the time.
Wow.
All the time. Yep.
Just the administrative side of that alone, not that we want to highlight divorce in Horry County, but just the administrative side of having attorneys. I mean, that's a lot just to interface with all those attorneys or the attorney staffers that are coming in to get the ball rolling on just those kind of cases.
That's correct. It is. There's a lot, because I think last year, in 2006, we filed almost 5,000 family court cases. We filed over 7,000 civil cases, and we processed over 6,800 arrest warrants.
Is that right?
Yes, we did.
Well,
that's not counting the other stuff we do.
How large is your own staff there?
There is 43 people, including me.
Okay, right. So I think Roddy shared with us on Tuesday there's 38 folks in the treasurer's office, and of course they're very busy. I had no idea the extent of their efforts going on. Of course, he was in promoting that the first reading of an ordinance on the real property side to set up payment plans for folks in 2008. I was very interested in hearing about that. But again, what are some of the other things y'all are? Do passports have something to do with the Clerk of Court's office?
Yes, we also process the passport applications in the Conway office as well as the South Strand office.
Okay.
Now, also the Conway post office does it. But as far as I know, besides us and the Conway post office, we're the closest ones unless going to Charleston.
Y'all are the only 3 locations in the county down on Scipio Lane. They're the main government and justice center there in Conway, as well as that post office. I recently got my passport this summer at that Conway post office because I think y'all are just so busy. I mean, very busy.
Yeah, we are.
There.
And I think at the post office you have to set up a time,
yes,
like an appointment.
Do. That's exactly
right.
Well,
you don't in my office. Our doors are open from 8 to 5, and you come in any time, and we'll process it at that time.
Do you have to travel much down to the Scipio Lane address? Do you get down there?
I do not have to go very much. I have a wonderful branch manager there. I keep contact with them by phone. I check on them maybe once a month, get to run down there because all the courts are going on at here in Conway, and I may have anywhere from 7 to 9 family and circuit courts going on at one time.
Wow.
And I'm in charge of all those.
Golly,
so I
Melanie.
have to make sure everything's running smoothly there, but I do have a very wonderful person that works at the South Strand office, and she's great to the people, and that's where they do the majority of the passports are done at that.
Is that
because
right?
you got the people from Georgetown County coming,
Sure.
as well as the Horry County people coming, so it is great. It's worked out great. That was one of the best things we have done.
Is launching that the
satellite
location
office.
there at the South
Yes.
Strand complex.
Yes, because you can also pay your child support and alimony there, as well as if you have any fine payments or anything like that. That's carried through there as well.
So child support payments go through the Clerk of Court's office as well?
Child support and alimony is collected and
Distributed by y'all.
by our office.
Wow.
And we did almost $36 million worth in 2006.
Oh, come on. $36 million?
$36 million.
Of child support
child
payments
support and alimony.
came through your, and alimony came through y'all's office.
That's correct.
And that's just for Horry County residents.
Well, they might not all live here.
Okay,
they could
that's
be
right.
cases transferred from other states where one of
Right.
the parties could be living here now, and the case got transferred to us, but it's still part of our collections.
That is incredible.
Yep.
Wow, Melanie, I'm
That
just
is
kind
a
of
lot.
stunned sitting here thinking about that.
That is a lot.
The impact of those, not only those dollars, but all those lives that are impacted by
That's
that.
exactly
And,
right.
Seems like that must be a position, the clerk's office really holds a lot more, not only as we talked with Roddy about the trust factor in the treasurer's office, but clearly a lot of that, but also particularly as folks are either dissolving a marriage and ending up at your location to begin that process, as well as to wrap it up. That's such a serious thing in the lives of so many people.
Yes, it is. It is. And I'm just so glad my staff is wonderful with the people. They're very compassionate.
Yes.
And you have to have a lot of compassion in the family court area. And the staff is just wonderful. They're wonderful. I couldn't praise them enough.
I bet. I bet. And, for you
And
to-
that's for all of my departments that I have, because I have the family court area, then the general sessions area, which is the criminal area.
Yeah, when you say the general sessions, for viewers who aren't familiar with that, you
That
mean-
is the criminal area.
Okay.
That's for all the arrest warrants, indictments, and that type of stuff. All that, we're the record keeper and the holder for all that information. And then, well, it's the civil cases, you know, where one person's suing another person or one company's suing another company. All that's carried through there, as well as juvenile. We also take care of the record keeping for the juveniles, which that is not public information to the public. Juvenile information is confidential.
Right. And there's oftentimes even some other things that can be sealed,
Right.
family court-related things
Yes,
that can be sealed. And,
divorce cases could be sealed. Anything to do with the Department of Social Services that is Horry County, that is not public record. Now, DSS state records are public.
Right.
What's the difference? I really don't know, but that's the law, and that's what we go by.
So another big trust factor in the office, even though they're sealed, a lot of your staff has to see them just to do their jobs and surely go through all that, but you just can't talk about them.
Right. Well, on all divorce cases that are sealed, no one in the office seals them but me.
Is that right?